Although many of my videos are in camping, I tend to neglect the time it takes to get there. Now, I typically do a reasonable amount of travel, camping, hiking in the wilderness, and there are many times that I take risks, but they're usually calculated risks, and I try to be as prepared as possible for them. However, it's not saying that I'm prepared for everything, and there are some things that I am afraid of. But it's not in the campsite, not in the wilderness. It's on the roads. It's getting to the campsite that gives me the most anxieties. I'm out here on these highways with other drivers, and I don't know the skill level of their experience. You don't know how they're going to react, quickly when something happens. There could be a bump in the road, a flat tire. There's so many things that can happen out here, and that's why my greatest fear is freeways. And I have seen my share of accidents, believe me, and I have been fortunate I haven't been part of them. But you never know. And even a few weeks ago, I got a real scare. As long as I've got somewhere to fuel up, get propane. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Oh boy. This guy's just lost control. Whoa. Oh boy. I think he's okay. Wow. So the most important rule when I'm traveling is to make sure I get there safely. Both eyes on the road, both hands on the steering wheel. I don't play music. I don't do anything that may distract me. I always listen, make sure there's nothing odd that sounds funny with the engine or a rumble. And if there is anything I'm concerned with, I pull over and check. I want to make it to my destination safely. Now, when I entered Kentucky from Tennessee, all seemed to be working fine. However, a few hours later, something didn't sound right. Well, my bearings are really bad or something. I believe it's the front right wheel. And it's usually worse when I turn right. And I'm just going to make a right turn, a right curve here right now. Did you hear that? Not good. As usual, I was not in a city when this happened, but I did manage to make it to a campsite. This is the B-Rock campground, which I featured in another video. There's been an awful roaring noise when on the highway, especially when around 40, 60 miles per hour. And it seems to be coming from the front. So I've jacked up this side just to check this one first. And it seems to be okay. I mean, it's a little stiff, but it seems to be on there good. I don't think it's this one, but I'll check the other side as well. Well, this is not good. I've jacked up the front right side of my Jeep because there's this, swish, swish, swish noise as I'm going down the highway. Sure enough. Looks like the bearings have gone again. That's a lot of wiggle room. Not good at all. About 20 miles away, there's a little rural garage. I hope they can fix it. From my camp at B-Rock, I headed west to Somerset, then northeast. I located the garage just outside of Shopville, Kentucky. There was no sign, but a field of car wrecks told me I was in the right place. Morning. While most wreckers have a guard dog, this one had a guard cat. Must be a real cool cat, as he was sitting on a cooler. But this one was far too cool, so warmed up on a hot engine. But as for the old junkyard dog, this one could pretty well sleep through anything. Within minutes, my Jeep was in the shop, ready to be jacked up. Well, this wheel, I thought it was okay, but it seemed a little rough when I spun it. Like, what do I need to know to find out if there's any issues?
Well, like spinning it right here, you know, it's spinning fairly good. But check a wheel bearing or something, you stick your hand on a separate control arm, spin it, and it feels smooth, good to go. As long as obviously ain't got no play in it, be good.
Okay, what about the other one?
A little bit different. Just other right here.
Yeah, I can see it. I saw it wobbling there when I tried it. Yeah.
Got quite a bit of play in it. And you can see the axle back there. If the wheel bearing's bad, you can look at the axle back there underneath it. The axle will be moving with the wheel bearing.
Oh boy. So it's wheel bearings?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you get back to it.
All right.
In looking at the wheel hub, the rotor is nice and shiny at least. I had new brake pads installed a few months ago, so brakes aren't an issue. While it was still up on the hoist, it gave me a chance to see the underside, and it looks like salt has really taken its toll. Is that the old one?
Yep. You just tell it's bad when you spin it right here. You feel how rough it is.
Okay, yeah.
But some of them are bad enough you can actually see play right here in this one. This one ain't quite there yet, but it was definitely close.
It was close.
Yeah.
And if I was driving for that for another 500 miles, I'd be in trouble?
This could come off and your wheel could come off.
Yeah. I'd be in trouble.
Yep.
A short time later, the new bearing was installed. The before and after doesn't show much, as the issue was all in the play between the hub and axle. Once my Jeep was out of the garage, I was ready to travel again. Well, I'm on the road again, all fixed up. Didn't take too long. Really happy with the price. So if you're between London and Somerset in Kentucky and you got car problems or you just need a tune-up, Edwards Garage, 2 thumbs up. During a conversation with the owner, Mr. Edwards, he mentioned a local landmark I had to visit, so I set off on a windy road just a few miles away. Now this apparently is the shortest creek in the world. Oh, look at this. This is the Short Creek of Pulaski County, Kentucky. It is only 150 feet long and 25 feet wide, with enough steady current to distinguish it from a pond and too shallow to be a river. But its most unique feature is what makes it so short in the first place. It starts at a cave, it ends at a cave. That's why it's the shortest creek in the world. This hidden underground waterway is the result of erosion of the limestone rock over time. And that gorgeous turquoise color comes from the light hitting the fine particles of silt the stream carries. A local church uses this stream for baptisms, as it is a constant 52 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. It might be an interesting place for caving, but I wasn't equipped, I was by myself, and it was private property, so I only came for the view. Well, the Jeep's a lot quieter since I had that bearing replaced, and I think it's good. That was obviously the issue, but I gotta try to look into the Jeep because it didn't seem that long ago that I had new bearings as well. I think it was like a year and a half ago. And plus, I think it was the struts went after that. Might be time for a new vehicle. I don't know, but it's done me well. Can't complain. And the bonus of all that is when I went to that rural garage, and they were really nice and friendly, they told me of the local sites, and I saw the world's smallest stream coming out of a cave and into another one. That was great. I mean, that's something, regular tourists or even travelers wouldn't see, but because I stopped in a little garage, I found out. It's always interesting to see what others bring along in their travels. I mean, I thought I was well covered having both a kayak and a camper, but this person obviously upped the ante by having something for the sky as well. Well, as a truck passes me, and as I'm behind a truck, I want to give a shout out to all the truckers. They're nice people, and the reason they're out here is because we keep asking for more stuff. If you don't like trucks on the road, stop buying stuff. But I also want to give a shout out to the guy that was hauling the cars, because he pulled me over at a rest stop, and he said my light was out. Thank you, I appreciate it. It was a loose wire. I fixed it. So, I'm not going to get pulled over for having one light out. But anyway, truckers, you make me nervous when I'm out on the highways, but thumbs up to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my others as well. And keep looking out for me, as you never know where I might show up, like here in Paris. Paris, Kentucky, that is. And here's a wish for safe travels to everybody.